You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado
live from the fantasyfootballshow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, everybody? We're doing a little game that we used to play back in the day. We haven't done this in quite some time. Called Better or Worse. Who's going to play better moving forward? Who's going to play worse? I'll answer some fantasy football questions along the way, maybe open up the phone lines. So toss out some names and let's plot them on each side of the fence here. Who do you think is playing better or worse moving forward weeks 3 on? I'm going to kick it off with a guy named Breece Hall. No way this man's playing worse. He's going to play better. He's going to be an absolute monster at some point. I don't know if it'll be right away in week number 3, but we do know this man is going to probably be on the come up here soon. So get ready, buckle up, punch that thumb up button on your way in the door. There's 88 eyeballs in here so far as we file in more and more people. Punch the thumb up button and start the trend. Let's go with Kamara is a good one. So Kamara, let's put Kamara up on screen here. This one's tough because there's a lot of, obviously I think he's going to play better, but this one's tough because you say something with extreme confidence and you don't know, like this guy has potential off the field issues that could arise. He's got the ribs, the Just the I don't know, not the likelihood of him maybe not playing like he in his prime. Some people think he's on the decline or whatever. I'm definitely going to say he's going to play better, but there is certainly a sense that he could potentially burn somebody downstream. I'm still buying when I'm buying low. Like I've got a risky Najee Harris. I've got a team that's not winning, and I need to take a chance. He's the perfect candidate to buy low right now. If you're already in a bind and you're headed toward potential disaster, Kamara's worth the risk. He's worth the risk going forward. A guy like, this is a good one, Mixon. Mixon's probably going to play better, but it's not crazy. Like running backs that have taken a beating like Mixon, he was facing 8-man front after 8-man front after 8-man front, waiting for this Bengal team to turn it around. It's not out of the realm of possibility that he could just fall off. Like he does feel like a good buy low, but at the same time, I think he's got one more year left. I think Mixon's got this one more year left. I don't know that I'm going to walk into 2023 looking to invest in Mixon at any. He's going to be kind of like Zeke Elliott to me. He doesn't have quite the mileage that Zeke has, but I feel like the wear and tear is real. And I feel like he's got this one season left before I start saying I don't want to be left holding the bag. So I'm going to say go ahead and throw him in the better side for sure. But I have maybe there needs to be a middle ground, like a bucket of, I don't know, in between, right? Maybe we leave somebody that's in between. We'll put them on the or. Definitely, he's not playing great, so he can only get better. But we might have somebody dropping in between. We'll put them up on the or part of this. I mean, a lot of these guys that have slumped so far, like Dalvin Cook, they can only get better. Let's get some names that really are a dilemma, a real true dilemma on our hands. I think we got to talk about players that are doing well, not just players that are doing bad, because players that are doing really bad, it's easy to throw them on the better side. Let's go with somebody that's going absolutely crazy. Let's say Carson Wentz is a great one. I don't see how Carson Wentz, in my mind, can get better. And I don't think he stays in between. I think this is one of those things where Carson Wentz is probably, in my mind, going to get a lot worse, not better. Carson Wentz, we're going to put over on the worst side. There's no way he keeps it up, in my opinion. He's scoring very, very high. He's like a top 12 scorer in fantasy football. I think he starts playing worse. ETN, that's an easy one because, he's not doing anything right now. So ETN has to be, I would say, on the better side. So we'll throw ETN over here. Waddle, that's a good one because we're finally talking about somebody that I don't know that Waddle's going to be better than he is right now. Do I think he's going to be a lot worse or drop off or become some low-scoring player? No, but I think he doesn't play at this level that he's currently ranked at and scoring at, like per game. I think he plays worse going forward, but not a ton worse. But we have to choose, right? We have to choose. This one, this is from Fane. Fane says, I ended up getting Javonte for Monty and Lockett. Bro, come on.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's crazy, bro. You got Javonte using Monty and Lockett. It's funny when people say you can't make these kind of trades. You clearly make these kind of trades. This one right here, we're going to go with Higgins. Higgins, better or worse? Better. Higgins is a great buy low. Chubb is an excellent one. Nick Chubb is probably, this is the kind of name we need. These guys slumping, this is easy. This is cakewalk. Oh, they're going to be better, Smitty. Of course they're going to be better. Guys like Kamara, going to be better. Nick Chubb, that's where we're putting, our receipts out there. Because we're saying Nick Chubb's going to get worse. And if he doesn't, you've got a receipt on it. But Nick Chubb is going to get worse. Not bad. Worse is like the wrong term, but that's why this is a controversial game, and it kind of stirs the pot a little bit. People take offense to it. But Chubb, yeah, I don't think Chubb can maintain anywhere. Like when I say worse, I mean not the same, not anywhere right around the same, not 1 or 2 or 3. Like he's going to be 5 or below top 5 in terms of running back production. I don't see him finishing as a top 1 to 2 or 3 running back. Drake London is a good one. Because he's playing well, right? He's playing well. Can he play even better? And that's an easy call for me. I think London's metrics are pretty darn good. I think London's going to get much better, not just a little bit better, but much better. Kyle Pitts is easy. Pitts is definitely on the better side. There's no way Pitts doesn't get better unless he gets hurt or something. MT's a really good one because you might be surprised, to see me on either side of this one, right? You're just kind of not sure what. I like MT in the right context, but I'm going to say, and this could be injury, right? This could be a lot of things. This could be Winston going down and then MT going on a lull for a while where he doesn't do much. I think MT is definitely a guy to worry about. Gibson, that one is tough. Gibby, the Gibmeister. I'm going to say worse. I'm going to say these touchdowns and his scoring, what he's doing right now, he's going to get worse from week 3 on. Zeke Elliott, excellent one. Guys are throwing out some good names here now. At first, it was easy. You're like, eat Pitts. We know what Pitts is going to do. Pitts is going to, unless he gets hurt, he's going to ball out. Zeke Elliott, that's a good one. He's going to be worse. I think he either gets hurt or he just starts getting just replaced, drive after drive. More drives going to Pollard each and every game. I traded Terry McLaurin and MT. Should I take a lap? No, because Terry McLaurin, I don't want to see Terry McLaurin's going to do worse because he's doing, he's not doing anything of what we expected. He's going to probably remain like kind of inconsistent, but MT at least has the opportunity. Like me putting him over here as a prediction of injury or Winston, there's a lot of variables at play for MT to continue to play at a high level for me, but I still like him at the right risk. You know what I mean? Like you could fall over here and still be somebody that in the right circumstance, I'm willing to take the gamble that I'm wrong. So I don't blame you for, here's one that's going to surprise you. St. Brown. What do you guys think I'm going to say here? What are you guys going to think I'm going to say? Is he going to get better or worse? What do you guys think I'm going to say? I'm curious. Yeah, I'm going through the supers, buddy. I got it. What do you guys think I'm going to say here? I always get through the supers, pal. Just keep them coming. I'll answer them, every single one of them. What do you guys think I'm going to say here? St. Brown. Debo gets better, says Johnny. Matches. I've got a worse. I've got a worse. I've got a worse. I've got a worse. St. Brown is going to get better. And the reason I say that is I think a lot of people are forgetting his week 1 was okay. His week 1 wasn't absolutely fantastic. His week 1 wasn't like out of this world. It was like, what is it, 60 yards and a touchdown? It was a good game. St. Brown exploded in week 2. Overall, his points per game, I think he could easily match what he's doing right now, points per game, because he has one good game, one amazing game. And I think he scores like that. One good game, one amazing game, another amazing game, a good game, maybe 1 or 2 bad games. But overall, I think St. Brown stays on the current pace that he's at right now through 2 games. I think he does finish as a top 5 to 10 wide receiver. This is what we expected. St. Brown to the moon. I'm not expecting him to get worse. I'm expecting him to get better or at least stay the same. Love St. Brown. I thought maybe you'd be a little shocked at that because he's playing so well, but the bottom line is he's not playing at his ceiling he played good and then really good. It's not like he had 2 monster back-to-back weeks 1 and 2 where we're like, okay, let's reset expectations. This guy could continue to kind of have a good game, amazing game, good game, amazing game. Let's see here. Sutton, Yeah, that's a good. J-Rob's a good one. I'm going to do the J-Rob. You guys know what I'm going to say here. I'm not a J-Rob hater. I'm not a J-Rob hater. I know a lot of you think I'm a J-Rob hater. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate J-Rob, but J-Rob's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, and the guy has touchdowns. I don't expect the touchdowns to maintain. I just don't. Lamar is a great one. This is one that gets you in trouble because this is where the receipts could be had. I'm probably gonna live to regret this one, but I don't think Lamar plays at this level. I think Lamar gets worse versus getting better. I don't think he stays the same. I think he takes a dip. He had two very good matchups. I think Lamar is at extreme risk for injury. And then people are going to say if Lamar didn't get hurt, he would have been this. If Lamar didn't get hurt, he would have been that. That's all part of running this many times. And you know what? If you're going to talk about Lamar like that, we got to talk about Josh Allen like that. Josh Allen has to do a better job of protecting himself because this man runs more than as much as anybody, and he's more reckless with his body than Lamar. So I worry tremendously about an injury. Let's see here. Oliver has a super chat here. Oliver says, had Lance traded Fields, Ayuk for Stafford, Walker. Traded Fields, an absolute win, bro. Total.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Not only do I like the idea of you getting Stafford over Fields, but Walker is a better prospect than Ayuk on the year. Maybe Ayuk is an okay wide receiver 3 at some point, potentially, but at least Walker has a shot at being like a league-winning running back. He might not develop, but he could. Trade Cook, Madison, Juju for Jamar Chase, Akers, and Gage. So Dalvin Cook, Madison, and Juju for Jamar Chase, Akers, and Gage. I'm going to say Smitty approved that getting Jamar Chase.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I don't say that lightly because it's an RB. You've got the handcuff, but I just think if I'm drafting today and I put my mindset, I don't really care about the peripheral players. If I put my mindset in a draft now environment, it's like that's the pick. That's the play. I don't consider any other option at that point. Rock out with a super chat says trade Terry McLaurin for MT. Should I take a lap? Already did that one. No, again, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Zeb says, name your top 3 buy low QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end. For $1.99 super chat, Zeb, no offense, but I can't go through a 15-minute spiel on this, but I'm going to give you one from each category, my man. How's that? Okay, so QB, favorite buy low QB. Zeb wants me to do a whole analysis. Zeb's like, can you do a whole top 200 rankings? Just kidding, Zeb. All right, Zeb. My favorite buy low quarterback right now is Joe Burrow. I mean, there's just nobody that competes with Joe Burrow from a buy low perspective, coming off 2 bad games, still in my top 4 quarterbacks going forward. I don't care what anybody says. At me if you want. Joe Burrow. There's no question about it. Best buy low running back right now. Honestly, if it's not Breece Hall, I'll give you 2. Breece Hall, lower tier kind of buy low guy. It's probably Austin Eckler because he's still got, in my opinion, top 5 running back potential. I don't think he's dropped off or anything. I don't think the offense has forgotten about him. I think it's just been the Chargers. Look at the Chargers. They've started off bad. They need to turn things around. What makes more sense, that Eckler's going to stay vanished or that the Chargers start winning some games and looking good and figuring out how to move the ball down the field a little differently? And hey, what's a key component of that? Getting Eckler involved. Eckler's the easiest buy low walking into week 3. We'll be laughing about this like we laughed about people that thought, oh, Tyreek Hill isn't a great buy low walking into week 2. That's why he was on the buy low list walking into week 2. Tyreek Hill was a fantastic last call to get Tyreek Hill heading into week 2. Now it's over. Book closed, door closed, window closed, however you want to describe it. But Tyreek Hill, bye-bye Tyreek Hill buy low. You won't get him again. And now the same thing I think will be said for Eckler. So that was my running backs. As far as wide receivers go on the buy low front, I'm going to say that it's Jamar Chase. Burrow, Jamar Chase. If you want a little bit deeper of a pick, I'm going to probably give you, I like Higgins and Gabe Davis a lot. There you go. You get multiple. Kyle Pitts, tight end. Very, very easy call. Thank you, Zeb, for the super chat. Appreciate you very much. Gage with a super chat. Gibson and Hunt for Dillon and Edmonds. Give me Dillon and Edmonds. I think Gibson is in trouble once B-Rob comes back, and B-Rob is knocking on the door as we speak. I think B-Rob, we've got Gibby over here doing worse moving forward on the worse and better list. So Gibby, that tells you that something's going to happen, right? And that something is going to be Brian Robinson knocking on the door. 217 of you in here, only 66 thumbs up. So please punch that button and let's match up that eyeball and thumb up those thumb up categories. Let's go. Hit it. Also got Olave, but might do another flip with MT. Yeah, I mean, I go after a RB using MT. I go after a Breece Hall. I go after a Kyle Pitts. I definitely think that can be done. MT's got better trade value, so I think you're right in that trade. It's smart because now you can trade MT probably a little higher than you could have traded McLaurin. This one right here from Jose. There's no super chat attached, but I will look for it, Jose. If I find one, I will post it. Let's see here. Nick has got one. Nick says 0.5 PPR flex. Ramondre, Hendo, Shepard, Dobbs. Give me Hendo for now, but this could become complicated later. So don't expect the world from Hendo, but of those options, and they aren't, no offense, very rich options, bro. That's a tough one. Kamara or Eckler? I'm going Eckler, but I like both of them as buy lows. There's just more risk with Kamara because he's got the off-the-field potential issues, and on top of that, the injuries, and on top of that, the offense. What happens when Winston, not if, but when Winston goes down? It's inevitable, man. The way this guy's playing totally damaged and injured and broken. And he's coming back from an ACL tear. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Hey, Smitty, what about Kittle? Could I flex him? Feel good about it? Yeah, it depends on the options, though, Petty. If you've got like a Pollard or something like that, then you've got a dilemma on your hands, and Kittle's not a lock. But it just depends. I mean, Kittle is not a bad option. Jose said he traded Herbert and Pierce for Russell. Let's see here. Jose said he traded Herbert and Pierce for Russell Wilson and A-Rob.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. If that's Jose, let me look up Jose and see if I could find Jose super. Okay, so Jose Ponzo super chatted. I don't see. Oh, here it is. He did a super chat after. That's why. Just traded Herbert and Damien Pierce for James Robinson and Russell Wilson. Why you do that, bro? Oh, man. That's what. Look, you super chatted. I appreciate you. I still got to send you on a lap. I got to be honest with my take a lap button. I can't just be because you super chat. I don't give it to you. You need to hear it straight.
Take a lap.
You got to get it. I got to give it to you straight, Jose. That was a bad trade. Let me break it down here. I mean, number one, Herbert absolutely crushes Russell Wilson. We're talking about $100 bill versus a $5 bill. Not even a $10 bill or a $20 bill or a $50, like half the price. We're talking about Herbert being either the number two or later on, because you can't include, and not to mention it's not bad to include. He's got what? 6 TDs through 2 games, 3 TDs a game, right? Is that right? What's Herbert? Is Herbert the number? He might even be the number one quarterback scoring right now. God, broski. No. Let's see here. So on the season, if we put this up here, oh man, Herbert is down there at 7. Doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I'm expecting that, but and they're not that far apart. You're talking about like 53 and then 69. Like, you know, that's one big game and you're number one in the league. Mahomes is having a great year, and he's 6. You know, we've got a couple guys like Wentz and and Tua that have popped up into the 3 to 5 range. I don't think Tua stays in the top 5. I think Tua does remain in the 6 to 10 range. I really do. I think Tua is gonna. I definitely feel like I didn't give him enough credit for his weaponry that he has. I don't think it's Tua as much as it is that he's good and he has amazing weapons, which is going to make his numbers, borderline great. So 6 to 10. But Herbert right now, he's 53. He's like 10 points away from number 3. They're all really close right there. But Herbert's got so far this year, the yardage is, he's actually not playing bad at all. It's just that other players are just going crazy. Let me put this on screen here. But man, this is a bad trade for several reasons. Number one, look at Herbert scoring. Herbert's got 3 TDs in week 1, 3 TDs in week 2, 1 INT, and then of course the 279 and 334. Those are fine yardage totals. It's just like I said, a matter of other quarterbacks going crazy to rank above him. He's on a pace to be the number 1, 2, or 3 quarterback in fantasy football by the end of the year. Like throwing 3 TDs in each game once the yardage is there, which I think it will be. He's going to be number 2, number 3. So you got blasted on the quarterback downgrade. James Robinson's the biggest sell high because he's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, and those touchdowns probably won't sustain. And we all believe ETN's going to eventually get involved. Like it's like Breece Hall. ETN and Breece Hall, it's like their rookie years, even though ETN, this is his second year. He didn't play at all last year. It's just a matter of when he gets fully unlocked. And the odds of James Robinson not getting banged up at some point this year because he's playing on a recovering Achilles tendon, going full go, it's really hard to imagine that not being a situation. And I put J-Rob over here as being a player that gets worse going forward. Damien Pierce is on the rise. He looked fantastic in week 2. They didn't give him enough run. Let me see if I can put Damien Harris on here and put his stats up. But Damien Harris just needs the work, the volume. Once he starts getting, or Damien Pierce. Damien Pierce just needs the football. Damien Pierce had 4.6 yards per carry in week number 2 against the Broncos. He plays Chicago. He plays the Chargers. He plays the Jaguars, then they have a bye. I'm not saying he can't do damage before the bye week, but I venture to say that from week 7 on, Damien Pierce is going to be in a rhythm. You lost on both sides of this, Jose. You should have brought this to me. We would have talked you down. I appreciate your super chat, and we'll get you there. Don't worry. We'll get you back on top, baby. We got you. Start Gerald Everett or Kittle this week. Probably go with Everett safer, Kittle's higher risk, but higher reward probably. Kittle can get you 100 yards and 2 touchdown game or get you like 4 points, Whereas I think Everett's going to be safe for like 7 to 10. So if you want safety, you go Everett. You want higher upside, but with a chance of a total bust, you can go Kittle. It's really not something that like you can really decide across the board in every case being the same. Like if you want safety, you got to go with Everett. If you want to roll that dice, you need a big win. You're playing an opponent that looks bigger and stronger. Put Kittle in and hope you get a monster game out of him. Traded Dillon and Palmer for Zeke and DJ Moore. Then I'm flipping Zeke and Juju for Mike Williams tomorrow. So you traded Dillon and Palmer for Zeke and DJ Moore. I don't like that. Why would you trade for Zeke Elliott, Dante? He's on his way out the door. But I know you're flipping him for Mike Williams, but I like Dillon more than I like Mike Williams. So I wouldn't have traded A.J. Dillon. I like A.J. Dillon a lot. I'm not saying that Mike Williams and DJ Moore isn't arguable to Dillon and Palmer. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing, right? You're trading Dillon, Palmer, and Dillon and Palmer and Juju for DJ Moore and Mike Williams. And that's not bad. Like, on his face, that's not bad. But I don't think I would have traded Dillon. Dillon I'm acquiring. But I do appreciate your super chat, and I don't think you ended up making a horrible deal, player value-wise at the end of the day. Thank you for the super chat. Daniel says, should I trade Connor Bateman for Mike Evans, J-Rob, Breece Hall? Connor and Bateman for Mike Evans? Absolutely. Number one, I'd rather have Mike Evans over Bateman. I don't care if Mike Evans is out this week. I'd rather have Evans on the year. And Connor for Breece Hall alone, I want more than Connor. I don't care about J-Rob. Now you can turn. Actually, I do care about J-Rob because he's got good trade value. So I do that trade. Now I flip J-Rob. Absolute win. Totally Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That was a really good trade. I like that. Now go trade J-Rob and something to upgrade into Kyle Pitts somehow. Waddle plus wide receiver 2-3 for Jamar Chase. Absolutely. I go get Jamar Chase using Waddle. No question about it. I think Waddle's fantastic, but I like Jamar Chase way better. I don't care about 2 weeks. Chase did well in week 1. He almost had 3 touchdowns. He had 100 yards and a touchdown. Nick. I think I got this one already. I think I'm caught up to this point. Pollard or Etienne as a flex. I would say Pollard for right now, but I really hope that we see Etienne rise up and become what we all thought he was going to become. I love this kid Etienne. He's got a lot of upside. Start Gerald Everett this week. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to that one. Kittle. I think we're caught up here. Next name, while we await some super chats. Next name, I think Shoddy just dropped a super chat. Who we plotting on the better or worse board here? Throw a name out. Something that's going to be controversial. Not like, what do you think of Burrow? Like, we know Burrow's going to get better. Like, give me something with a little more spice to it. 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Bateman, Hollywood, Pierce, Dillon. I'm going to go Bateman as the wide receiver. I'm going to go Dillon and either Pierce or Dillon and Pollard. But Shoddy, bring this tomorrow night too. But if I had to pick now, I'd say Bateman as the wide receiver, Dillon, and I think Pollard, even though I want to say Pierce very, very badly. Swift is I suppose an okay one. I mean, I think he's banged up right now, so how could he not play better? Yeah, like, I guess I'd be predicting injury or something if I thought Swift wasn't going to get better. He can only get better. The dude's so electric. He's playing a little bit hampered, and they're holding him back a little bit. Same thing with Pittman. I mean, Pittman. The interesting thing about Pittman though is that he is playing. He sat out per game because he scored so much. In week 1, he's actually like I'm going to put him over here because I don't think people understand that he's scoring so high. Like, he's going to play better because he's been injured and he hasn't been, he's been disappointing. So he's going to be better, obviously, but per game, he'll probably be in the middle. You know what I mean? Juju, who's Juju? Is he even in the league? Like, what are we talking about here? Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't think we want to waste the space on him. I don't think he can play worse. So I don't think there's a even worse category. Ayuk, I mean, I suppose he plays better. I probably won't plot him either. Let's wait and see on Ayuk. I mean, he was barely a wide receiver 3-4. A lot of people thought he was going to explode. Maybe with Jimmy, he does bounce back. We will see. But I think this offense is going to run a lot. I know a lot of people think they're going to air it out because they did against the Seahawks. But let me tell you something. The offensive line is broken. And without Trey behind it, because he kept the defense, honest, because they had to spread out and worry about Trey running, Jimmy G is going to see all kinds of blitz packages, and they're gonna come after him. Michael, start in the flex: Patterson, Olave, or Stevenson. PPR, Olave is interesting. I'm gonna go Patterson, but Olave is very interesting. I could definitely see Olave being pretty solid. I'd say Patterson though. Mike Williams, that's a good one. I hate doing this. I hate this one. Miles Sanders is a good one too. Let's put Miles Sanders on here. Sanders, that's a really good one. Because he's going nuts. I mean, we want these to be like ones that like, it's easy to say Burrow and he's going to play better. I want the tougher ones. Debo, I think Debo stays right around the same. I don't think he does worse or better. I think he's had some decent numbers, you know. I would say Debo probably better. We'll put Debo on here. Probably better, but the problem here, I don't mean to freak out Niner fans that might be watching, but I think Shanahan at some point gets him hurt. Juju, we're not doing Juju. There's no worse category, so we can't do Juju. Zeke is worse. We got Zeke on here. There's J-Rob. Let me make some of these smaller so you can see Zeke's on here. MT's on here. Gibby. J-Rob. Nick Chubb. Look, we gotta make statements. This one's from Okay Really Buddy. Okay Really Buddy says trade Miles Sanders. What are we doing here? We're abbreviating everything. Trade M. Sando for D. Mont for D. Henry. I take Derrick Henry in a heartbeat for that and flip it for Chase Debo. I mean, you just want an award for one of the better trades that we've seen this week. Okay, really, buddy. That's all you wanted. You wanted to just take a victory lap on the show and flex your trade skill here. That's a phenomenal move, bro.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Unbelievable. Take Miles Sanders and David Montgomery and turn it to Ja'Marr Chase and Debo Samuel. What kind of sorcery is that? That's crazy. Propose a trade. Gerald Everett, Jamal Williams for Mecole Hardman and Gordon. No, I don't know. I don't need Hardman. I don't want Hardman at all. Gordon is eventually getting his carries taken away. Everett and Jamal's, I don't know what this trade's about. Are you trying to back up somebody like Swift or is he trying to grab Jamal because he has Swift? If so, and you have Javonte, then I'm okay with this trade. But other than that, I don't know what's going on here. And I would say that if he's getting his backup and he's got Swift, he's just swindling you into giving him the backup for free. Because who cares? Unless you have Javonte, who cares about Melvin Gordon and Mecole Hardman? I'm just going to say no in principle. You know, like, especially if he's I think he's trying to back up his running back. I think that's what's happening, and you're just giving it to him. So I would say no. But Robert, I want to follow this up. You did a $10 hauler. You deserve a follow-up on this. So Robert, if you could please let me know if that's what he's doing. And if he is, then let's try and get a little more out of him, Robert, because that's not cool. He could just walk in and say, give me the backup. Yeah, thank you. Okay, great. I'll just give you my worst players, and we'll do it. We'll do a deal just so I can secure my backup. That's what I feel like he's doing, Robert. J-Rob, A.J. Brown, and Bateman for Amon-Ra Breece. J-Rob, A.J. Brown, and Bateman for Amon-Ra Breece. Oh, A.J. Brown, B. I'd probably say this is even. I know it looks like maybe the A.J. Brown and Bateman side might be better because a lot of people like J-Rob, but I don't care about the J-Rob part of this. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown most of all out of everybody in the deal. And I think I bank on Breece Hall being as good as Bateman or better. And so therefore, I think that side will ultimately win, but it's going to take a little faith. Maybe you can get a little more, though. Gabe Davis, I love Gabe Davis. I don't know what the question is, but Gabe Davis, bro. Oh, you want him up here? Okay, sure. This is a tough one because like he had a good week one and then he hasn't played, so it's like, is the expectation like is he gonna do better than people think because he's been out and because he's missed time? Like that's a tough one, per game. Like week one, it's hard to say he's gonna keep playing like he did in week one all year long. But I think I'm gonna put him over here in principle and say, yeah, he's gonna play back up to the level that I think he once had. Right now he's cheap. And so in the eyes of everyone, he will get better for sure. Statistically speaking, per start, it might be close to the same. But I think we're going to look at it from that angle because I think that's the most makes the most sense for people to wrap their heads around. St. Brown. We got all these. I'm going to start making them smaller so everybody can see who's on the board, because I think it's interesting to get a little look at what's going on here. So, who was the one that asked that question? It was Robert. Let's see if Robert followed up. Yeah, Everett and Jamal are on my bench. Looking for more upside with Hardman. Hardman has no upside, I don't think, bro. But my question to you, though, is does he have Swift? Like, is he basically telling you, give me Jamal, we'll cook up some dumb trade, and I want to get Jamal from you, so I'm just asking, does he have DeAndre? I don't think you're getting any more bench depth on this, bro. Going back to the deal, I guess Everett. Yeah, Melvin Gordon's okay. If you need a running back that badly, I go after Pierce, I go after Walker, I go after players like that before I go after Gordon. But, it's not horrible. It could be Zamir White season, but at the same time, I want to make sure everybody understands that it very well could be. It could be Amir Abdullah. It could be Burkhead. We don't really know. My saying that it could be. I put the story up on my reel up on IG, and I put a short on YouTube that said, is it Zamir White season? It could be Abdullah, but I think it's, the best running back is Zamir White. I think I kind of amped up everybody a little too much. I think he needs to be grabbed if you can afford to grab him, but grabbing him isn't to play him necessarily, unless you're desperate at running back. Grabbing him is to prevent maybe if he does do really well and you can't really afford to put him in your lineup and hope that he starts, but if he does really well on your bench and it is Zamir White season moving forward, you will have him on your bench. But do I want you dropping Rashad White or running backs like that? No. Dropping Mooney? No. No. Zamir White season could be here, but we have to be careful. We have to be very careful. Najee is a good one. And I don't think you guys are going to... I don't know what to do on this one because Najee's not playing great. I think he plays better until he gets hurt, but I'm really fearing an injury. He's got to get better. He's playing like dog water right now. So Najee will probably play better. But how much better, I don't know. And will he get hurt? I fear it. I fear he's going to get hurt. Aaron Jones for Henry. No, I'd rather have Aaron Jones. Don't go after Henry right now. Henry's a sell. Henry is a sell right now, not a buy. This one's from Charles. Charles with a $10 hauler got outbid for Tua. A guy spent $250 fab. My team is Russell Wilson, Mixon, Swift, Waddle, Elijah Moore, Logan Thomas, Javonte Williams, Higgins, bench, J.K., Brees, Alberto. Do you see any moves? Russell will cook this year. I don't know if he's going to cook this year. I don't know. I don't know that I get the vibe that Russell Wilson's going to be a top 5 quarterback. But I will say that I'm not making any desperation moves with your big guns to try and get into a better quarterback. But I would certainly take a stab at Russell Wilson and J.K. Dobbins for Burrow. Charles, can you tell me who the Burrow owner has at quarterback? Is it possible to trade J.K. and Russell Wilson for Joe Burrow, or is Joe Burrow that guy's top quarterback? And if it is, maybe he likes Russell Wilson better. Sometimes when you have a struggling player like Joe Burrow, you have a struggling player like Russell Wilson, the two can meet together and agree upon that you both are scared about your own player, and let's just swap risks. You take my risk, I take your risk, and then before you know it, your risk ends up, continuing to go downhill in Russell Wilson, and you get his guy that's going to pop off. I think JK's gaining momentum. You could trade JK. You could trade potentially Elijah Moore. You don't want to touch any of the other options. And the only other move I would make if I was you is Mixon using JK, if you can't get that other deal done, to upgrade Mixon a little bit into just a little bit safer, like an Eckler. An Eckler or Javonte keep Swift. And the other option would be keep Higgins. I love Higgins. Javonte. Oh, you got Javonte. Sorry. Eckler. So you'll have Swift, Javonte, Eckler. Even mixing the CMC would be fun with this team. You got a really good team. Yeah, Kyle Pitts. If you do start a tight end, I don't know if you start a tight end or not. Yeah, Logan Thomas. I would use J.K. to boost Logan into Kyle Pitts, go into Burrow, go into Eckler, go into CMC, using Mixon, maybe even Kamara using Mixon and J.K. But those are all my ideas. I think that's a good amount, Charles, for you to kind of dig into, or at least a couple of those. If you don't like them, don't do them. That's just my thinking. Traded Gibby, Everett, and Edmonds for Lamb and Breece Hall. I like the Lamb and Breece Hall side by a lot. By a lot, Carter. Fuller traded Monty and Curtis Samuel for Hall and Gabe Davis.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Gotta love that one. Nice job. I mean, Gabe Davis over Curtis Samuel by quite a bit. I know you guys think I hate Curtis Samuel when I say things like that, but come on. Come on. I mean, Carson Wentz isn't going to continue to play at this level, and there's 3 wide receivers that need to eat there. And Gabe Davis plays for a team that can make him a low-end wide receiver 1 or an elite wide receiver 2, even as the number 2 on the team. And on top of that, I like Breece Hall over Monty. This is a double win. You're triple stamping a double stamp on that one, broski. Robert, let's look for Robert's comment. No, Swift, he needs a tight end. He's desperate. Well, if he's desperate, work him over a little better than that, man. I don't like the options you're getting. Give me something different, bro. Appreciate you. What did I do here? Come on. All right, this one's from Tyler. Hold on, I gotta lock these down. What am I doing? All right, Tyler says, I just stole Tyreek Hill for Brandon Cooks and CEH. I've got Burrow. Bro, would you flip Tyreek for Chase or Chase plus? I mean, if I could turn Tyreek into Chase and something, bro, I wouldn't stop there. But, I mean, you don't need to make a trade, right? So it has to be a really good move. I mean, I'd almost do it straight up anyway, but because I love Jamar Chase going forward. But Hill looks good. You need to take advantage of Hill looking as good as he looks. So I would say don't do a 1-for-1 only out of principle and because fair market value commands more. Go get something else. Get a Damien Pierce. Get a Breece Hall. Get a Kyle Pitts upgrade from Everett or whatever tight end you have. Higbee. Who's your tight end here? You got Mark Andrews. Upgrade Dillon or Sutton a little bit in that deal. For Tyreek Hill. That's a good looking trade, broski. I like that a lot. Jedi says, should I start Cousins or over Murray this week? I'm not sitting Murray. Anything could happen. I know the matchups always look better on paper and you think, oh, this is going to be a certain way, but the Lions have a certain way of making people look different than you thought they'd look against them. You know, I like the Lions this year. They're very undervalued. So, let's see here. Let me look at the matchups. I forget who's away and who's at home. Cardinals are at home, right? Yeah. Kyler could step up and play up to the level. It's not crazy. Trust your gut. If your gut is telling you want to go Cousins, it wouldn't be insane for Cousins to outscore Kyler, but I start my studs, broski. I always do. Kazan says Najee and Kittle for Debo and Hawkinson. I think you need to get more for Najee. That's too low. McLaurin, Bateman, Hollywood for Kirk Connor. McLaurin, Bateman, Hollywood. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not a trade. Start 3. Bateman, Christian Kirk. And this week, probably Hollywood. Although McLaurin, God, the moment you sit him in that situation, he's going to go crazy. He's going to go nuts still. I know it. If I missed anybody's super chat, can you please let me know real quickly and I will go. Amari Cooper, that's a really good one to throw on this board here. Amari Cooper. Let's go. I'm going to throw these guys. I put a bunch of them on screen here and I haven't done anything with them yet. So let's go ahead and do this. Amari Cooper, I think he's going to play worse. I'm not saying he's a bust, but I don't think he maintains the level he's playing. I don't think Sanders maintains the level he's playing at. And I think Mike Williams probably... I don't think he plays better. I don't necessarily think he plays like ultimately a whole lot worse, but I do think he disappoints a little bit. Rockout DM me. Rockout says he DM me, and Vega says got Pitts, Sutton, Higbee, Kittle, Lazard. Trade any tight end. I mean, I start Pitts, bro. I start Pitts. Would I trade Kittle right now that he's back before he gets injured again? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Rock out. I'm going to your J-Rob or Elijah Moore. J-Rob. Or I'm sorry, Elijah. I guess J-Rob this week because of the touchdown production, but I'm trading him. I'm selling him high before it's too late. Want to get Diggs? I have Allen, Tua, Brees, Pierce, DeMonte, Kamara, Walker, Adams, AJB, Deontay, Freiermuth, Knox. What would you do? You want to get Diggs. Getting Diggs now is like, why are you going to do that? It's going to be too hard to get Diggs right now. He just scored a monster amount of points. It's going to be very difficult. You can't trade for players when they're on their exact peak, man. You're just going to overpay. If I had to cook something up, bro, you're going to have to give up like Kamara to get him, because he ranks higher than Kamara, and there's no way he's taking like. I mean, you could trade Adams for him straight up, but I'd rather have Adams going forward. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You like him. He blew up. I wouldn't mind an Adams or Diggs swap, like if you wanted to do that 1-for-1, but there's no way you're getting him unless you're giving up Kamara or Adams coming off of that monster game. So either straight up Kamara or Adams. Maybe he does it for Kamara straight up because he needs a running back badly. I wouldn't give up much more. I maybe give up like a Deontay if you wanted to give up Kamara, but then what do? You're just giving up a bunch of depth, and is it really going to help you? I would say you can't really do anything right now. Unless you want to give up Adams for Diggs and you like Diggs better. But Diggs blew up. I mean, he might even ask you for, if he's struggling at tight end, one of those tight ends, which I guess I would do if you wanted to force it and you wanted to get Diggs that badly. It's like if you have Josh Allen and you want to stack that badly. But don't go too crazy, WRM. I don't want to see you dismantle your team to make like even swaps just to get one guy. You know what I mean? Don't overpay too much. I have a QB. Thank you for the super chat, WRM. I have a QB, Kyler, Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, running back Eckler, J-Rob, Ertz, Flex, Brees, bench, Ramondre, ETN, Hopkins. Pretty good bench. I'm 0-2. Don't know how. I need to help, bro. Suggestions. Okay. So Kyler, you're good there. He's an okay sell high if you can get the right buyer, but for the most part, even coming off that game that he had, an impressive game, I think people aren't going to buy Kyler high. Adams, T. Higgins, amazing wide receivers. Eckler, I sell J-Rob high. I try and get Pitts for Ertz and something. Wait on Brees Hall. Wait on ETN. Hopkins and J-Rob for Dylan. That would be really good. J-Rob and T. Higgins for Jamar Chase. I like Higgins, but I do that. I think you need to trade J-Rob into Damien Pierce in a worst case scenario, but try and get Dylan. You know, maybe try Dylan for J-Rob straight up before you just throw in, throw Melvin Gordon before you throw in D-Hop. That's the way I head. And you got a Green Bay logo. You're probably all about that. You're probably like, yeah, I got it. I'm on top of that, Smitty. I've got the Dylan on the dial. Would you go after Cook with Pittman, Hall, and Pierce? If you already have J.J. Higgins, other wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, look, if you need a change, you're wanting to make a move, you want to bank on Cook. Cook's a risk, but he's a fun risk to take if you need to take a risk. You're giving up a lot of talent. Let's just put it that way. But is it talent that for sure scores more than Cook on the week? I don't know. I would go after Cook if you need a move. If you need to make a move, go after Cook. Brainstorming. I saw Brain Robinson and I got brainstorming out of it. Brian Robinson. How do you feel about him? I'm selling Brain Robinson. I mean, Vega, I think you haven't been watching my lives lately because I rant about selling this guy like every 5 minutes. So first of all, appreciate you finding the channel if you're brand new. But yeah, bro, trade the brain before it's too late. I mean, he's averaging 3.8 yards per carry, bro, coming off a torn Achilles. There's no way he's gonna, in my opinion, he's very unlikely to continue to play a full season. Like, it maybe plays till week 10. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but they keep overfeeding him. He's gonna get in some trouble there with the lower body injuries that are sure to come. And if they don't, he's averaging 3.8. He's not explosive right now. Everyone thinks he is because he's scoring touchdowns. Let me get the Rock Out's message real quick before I forget. Rock Out, here we go.
On the fantasy road, we be going on the fantasy show, you know it. Oh, this is how we rolling on it, going. I'm be getting on it. Yeah, the fantasy show. Give you the picks, give you the tip.
James Robinson. I was thinking he was saying James Robinson. I was saying Brian Robinson. I'm sorry. Vega, I got to take a lap.
Take a lap.
It confused me when I said brain and I didn't get back on track. Brian Robinson is fine. James Robinson, brain. My brain's not working. Let's go find his super chat. First of all, Vega, I'm sorry. Poor Vega. He's like, I've been here every day, Smitty. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I sit here every day and super chat you, and you come in and you tell me I've never been here before. The brain threw me off, man. Is this a different super chat? This is a different super chat from Vega. Vega said Brain Robinson, and it just threw me off. I don't know what I was thinking. I love Brian Robinson. Sorry, Brian. Brian Robinson is looking really good right now. Yes, on the sideline. Yes, not taking hits, but the gunshot wounds aren't a concern in terms of like getting hit. What I'm concerned about is there any kind of damage to, the muscles in a way that he can't fire a certain way, or he's going to potentially, it's like having a torn muscle or something, But everything, like he's out there looking like fire doing footwork drills. Brian Robinson's eventually taken over. The person's going to be so confused that left as soon as I said that. Like, this guy hates Brian Robinson. I'm out of here. I'm sorry, Vega. My brain's fried. I don't really have an excuse because it's on me. It's only week 3, and if my brain's fried, I got to rest up a little more. Part of it is I run myself out here ragged. Like, here I am. I should have rested tonight, but I ran out here because I felt like I'm leaving you guys hanging if I don't get out here. So I'm here tonight on a Friday night. No way I'm going to leave you hanging on a Friday night, or at least I'm going to try not to. Some week I might have to rest up, but my brain's fried. And Brian Robinson is a gem. He's a gem. He's a league-winning gem. If he's on your waiver wire, pick him up. Brian Robinson could take over. James Robinson's a total avoid. Vega, my apologies. I'm going to take one more lap.
Take a lap.
Poor Vega. Vega says got Pitts, Sutton, Higbee, Kittle. Trade Kittle while you can. I think I already answered that one anyway, but Thank you, Vega. And back to Rock Out. Rock Out, I apologize.
On the fantasy road, we be going on the fantasy show, you know it. Oh, this is how we rolling on it, going. I'm be getting on it. Yeah, the fantasy show, give you the picks, give you the tips. We be dominate, dropping fire on them. Every gonna going, I'm be sick of for real. This is how we kill, like we be going on the fantasy show, on the fantasy.
Don't worry, only 9 more seconds.
This is how we gotta go, and I got the flow, and that's how we got it on the fantasy show.
Rock Out. Rock Out originals are always the best voicemails. Thank you, Rock Out. I appreciate your dedication, your talent. And someday they're going to pluck you from my audience and just sign you to a fat record deal, and we're going to lose you. The guy that bid $250 for Tua has Burrow and Murray. His team, Jacobs, J-Rob, Chase, Gabe Davis, I think that's Gabe, Waller, Mike Williams, Debo, Gordon, Hopkins, beat him to the wire. Okay. I forget what the original question is, though. Charles, you're giving me way too much credit to maintain that. So let me go back and find your other super chat. The other super chat was Russell Wilson. I told you to go to the Burrow owner, didn't I? Okay. So with this, he's got Murray. A very, very good situation here because you could get either quarterback. I think he probably wants Murray over Burrow. So you could even inquire about Murray. That might even be the better approach. Hey, what do you want from Murray? So he can shoot you down and subconsciously tell you, Murray's my number 1, Burrow's my number 2. Now he's more willing to trade Burrow because he confirmed it. He cemented it in. He's already decided Burrow's his number 2. Then you say, well, what do you want for your backup? I wouldn't even use his name. I'd just be like, what do you want for your backup? It's just your psychology 101, baby. And then so with your team, his team is Jacobs, J-Rob. He needs running backs, bro. He needs running backs. So you offer him J.K. Dobbins. Give him Russell Wilson and J.K. Dobbins for Burrow, like I originally said. That's a home run, bro. I don't see how he says no to that with his back. You're giving him a potential running back that everybody's talking up as if he's going to do something. And he may. Maybe I'm wrong on J.K. Maybe J.K. proves me wrong. J.K. Show me I'm wrong, J.K. But this guy has had a major knee injury, and I'm just not going near it. I'm just not going near it, bro. I'm selling as high as I can. Robert, let me just see. I don't know if I have all these. Shane. Okay, I think I'm caught up here. The injury risk for Burrow is real, Smitty. It is. I mean, he could definitely get hurt if they don't block for him, my man. No doubt about it. Payne, I think these are duplicates here. Ayuk, okay. Pierce, I think that's DK. Okay, I think we're good. Robert, Kittle and Jamal Williams for Mixon. Kittle and Jamal Williams. Yes, go get Mixon. I'm worried about Mixon a little bit, but not that much, bro. That's a smash. Start DK or Pierce. Go Pierce this week. And trade DK and Dillon for Javonte in a heartbeat.
You've just been Smitty approved.
In a heartbeat, my man. That'd be a home run, broski. Trade Ertz and Ayuk for Pitts.
You've just been Smitty approved.
These are cakewalk questions these days. Guys I like the way you're thinking. Is Jameson Williams a good stash? And redraft, not really. I mean, he's okay. Depends on the options, but not super excited about him. I'll just tell you that because I like him long term, but St. Brown's not going anywhere. When people say, what happens when Jameson comes back? What do you mean what happens when Jameson comes back? You see what St. Brown's doing to people that eyeball him? on the sideline and he looks for wide receivers that have been drafted ahead of him. It's not their wide receiver's fault. He's targeting these guys. He's walking around the sidelines going, where are you? Where are you? Damien Brown. Where's Brown at? Where's Brown at? Oh, there he is. You were drafted ahead of me. I'm going to eyeball you all game long. You were drafted ahead of me. This is on you. You know, you think he's excited? We got someone coming in here trying to spam. Someone comes in here and tries to spam, and they go, here's my site, my football site. I'm not going to even say his name. Just made week 3 question and answer on my page. I answer all questions. And drops his link. Bye. That channel's gone. Way to go. Way to ruin your opportunity to watch and steal from my show. Now you're gone, broski. Blackbeard, let me tell you something. And all my mods, if someone does that, immediately block them from the channel. There's no warning. You come in here and you start dropping links to another page or channel or show or brand, immediately block. Immediately block, Blackbeard. You got it? Thank you, sir. Gotta be crazy, man. Gotta be crazy. What on earth makes you think that's the best marketing approach? He don't know Smitty does that consistently. He does that. He drops that consistently. Yeah, don't let anybody ever not immediately gone. Has he tried that before? I don't know what a smooth move. Smooth move. Get yourself exiled immediately. Charles, is this an old one or a new one? I think this is a new one. Other squad, okay. Murray, CMC, Swift, Bateman, Gabe. Appreciate your super chat, by the way. Can we give Charles a round of applause?
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Dude's dropping fire. $10 wads at a pop. CMC, Swift, Bateman, Gabe, Davis, Kittle, Javante. You got him right before I could. Did he do that before? Literally every comment, so his advertisement was trash. Was he doing that? Like, yeah, we can't let somebody come in and do that for even 1 second. What's he doing trying to do that BS in here? Like anyone would click on it too. Oh, he answers every question. You're in a place where you're getting your questions answered and wow. Better or worse Cousins? I'm gonna say I probably won't plot him. I'll say that he's probably gonna do in the middle. Like he's gonna have good and bad games. I don't think he could play a little better, but he had a good week 1, right? So yeah, I don't know. This team right here is CMC, Swift, Bateman, Gabe Davis, Kittle, Javante, Mike Williams. Seems like a similar team, right? Isn't this the same team? Or did you just draft very similar? I started Kittle over Njoku, shaking my head. You couldn't have known that, man. And Kittle still gets to play. But I know that hurts. I know that hurts. It's tough, bro. No, Smitty, I'm saying you respond to all comments, so a selling point was already void. Oh, yeah. Well, I try to respond to all comments. I do respond to all I try and respond to all comments. I'm a little bit behind on my page, either like or on my videos on the comment section. I obviously can't respond to every live stream comment, but I do respond to every comment that I can, and I will always try on my videos in the comment section when the video is up. So please ask a question, everybody watching right now. 279 of you watching. Please punch that thumb up. We only have 129. My prediction is Smitty passes 20K this season, looking on track. About to pass 15K, and it's just week 3. Hit that like button. It says Crazy World. Crazy World, appreciate you. As for this team here, sorry, Charles. I love it, bro. Murray, CMC, Swift, Bateman, Gabe Davis, Kittle, Javonte. I mean, this is straight fire. Do I try and trade a JK, Dobbins, and Njoku? You know what I'm saying? Trade Njoku on the high. Njoku and JK. Try and get into a Breece Hall before he pops off. Try and get into a AJ Dillon. Can you get that Bateman with Njoku or Bateman and JK into an AJ Brown? Can you trade potentially Kittle into Kyle Pitts using? I mean, I'd rather have Kyle Pitts over Kittle and JK. Like those are the moves I start working on right away, man. What do you have? Gibson and Bateman for Kamara. Gibson, Bateman, and Njoku for Kamara, or for Eckler. Gibson and Kittle, putting Njoku in there. Gibson and Kittle for Kamara, or any of the names that I've listed already. Those are definitely moves I would look to make. And this one right here are Gibson and Singletary good stashes. Gibson is Singletary's okay, but not I wouldn't say good. 292 in here. Smitty passes 20K. Thank you, Crazy World. I think we will pass 20K by the end of December, which will be very exciting. We're growing. We just grew another subscriber. Appreciate whoever just subscribed. 14,455. We're definitely growing nicely. Very, very impressed. Very grateful. Even more grateful when I went on Rumble today. And we went on Rumble. We go on Rumble live every day. I went on Rumble, and I say that we had a very successful live stream. We had 70 people watching the live, which was crazy because we only have 130 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to Rumble yet, I'll drop the link and you guys can subscribe to it right now. But we go live once a day on Rumble, so you get an extra little bit of goodness here from your boy Smitty. Make sure you're subscribed up at Rumble. But we only have 130 something subscribers, and we had 70 people in the live. It was crazy. 14,556. Appreciate you. 136 now subscribers on Rumble. That's insane. And we had 70 people in the live. But my point is, I'm humbled by it, because you go over there and it's like, I have 130 subscribers. You know, it's like starting over, and it's humbling, and it makes me appreciate what we really have over here. We're sitting here at 3:30 in the morning, and we have 293 people in here. Like that, we have come a long way. Who's AK-47? That's Alvin Kamara. We've come a long way, and I've only you guys to thank, because I'd be nothing without you guys. So subscribe if you're new. A lot of people don't subscribe for some reason. They just keep watching off of searching for it. But just hit the subscribe button, and then it'll recommend anytime I'm live that I'm sitting there. So it's a little bit more of an alert. And then you won't be like, I didn't know you were live. You know, subscribe. It really helps the channel too. Like, we're trying to get to 20K, and if that's the only thing you do to try and contribute to it, I can only thank you. It's the best thing you could do is subscribe. And it's going to lead us to more giveaways, and you know, as the show grows. So my prediction. Oh, I already did that. Where are we at? Another subscriber. Thank you, guys. Dude, Samuel and McPherson for Pollard, Godwin, and Boswell. We're trading kick. I honestly think that's the first kicker trade question we've ever had on the show. Maybe we've had a kicker trade question before. You might be the first person, dude, that has ever, especially super chatted, a kicker trade question. I don't think that's ever happened. Debo Samuel McPherson for Pollard, Godwin, and Boswell. I love Pollard, bro. He's gonna be such a league winner, but I'm gonna take the Debo side and run. The kickers, they aren't a kicker for me on the trade. They aren't kicking it over the edge. They aren't doing it for me, broski. CMC a hold, or should I move him? It depends. He's a both. He's a buy and a sell. I buy him in the right scenario because I didn't want to draft him, but I'll come in and buy him low. but I also trade him if I can trade him high, which you kind of can't right now. So he's kind of a hold or a buy, but a worry, a concern, of course. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, Robert. My boy Robert Holland in the building, people. St. Brown won me my trophy last year. Vega, St. Brown is a monster. And I don't know if you noticed or if you were here, Vega, but when I said better or worse, I said St. Brown will do better than he is right now. Mainly because per game, he had a good, not a great, a good week 1. He had a great week 2. He can keep doing that at least, if not a tiny bit better. So St. Brown season is here to stay, my friend. CMC owner of my league wanted Josh Allen and St. Brown. Yeah, you're not getting that for CMC. Pollard, Metcalf, Pierce. Probably go Pollard for safety if you want to go high risk, high reward. I'd say Pierce maybe. Gage, did I get this one? Wentz, CMC, Waddle, Pitts, Aaron Jones, Dillon, Garrett Wilson, Edmonds, Chris, Olave, Hall, and Sutton. Any moves? I would sell Wentz high if you could. I mean, not that anybody wants to go acquire Wentz, but if you could like go after a team that has like Burrow and Hurts, let's say, or they got Burrow and Kyler, like that team earlier, you know, and you could find a team that has a good quarterback, I would probably trade Wentz and somebody, and then they think, oh, I'm backing my quarterback up good with Wentz, I'm fine with the swap, and then you give him something. You know, you give him something like an Edmonds, you give him something like an Olave or a Sutton or maybe a Garrett Wilson, and you get yourself into a much safer quarterback. Go see who's got a double quarterback duo, you know, like a Burrow and Hurts or whatever. As far as trades, aside from that, I think you look pretty good. Sutton, I mean, would I trade Olave and Aaron Jones for an Eckler? I mean, if you think Eckler is an upgrade, if you don't, then stick with Aaron Jones. You have Dillon and Aaron Jones. It wouldn't hurt to trade one of them. And honestly, I'd sell the guy on the high. Aaron Jones disappointed in week 1, blew up in week 2. We don't really know what to expect, but I certainly feel like it's not the worst thing in the world to explore trading low on a running back like CMC or Eckler or Javonte using a guy like Aaron Jones and an Olave or a Sutton. But quarterback upgrade would be my number one priority for you. You've got Kyle Pitts. I love that. I probably don't trade Waddle or CMC unless I'm trading really high. And Dillon's a target, so I wouldn't trade him. Hall I target, so I wouldn't trade him. Good team though. You got a good core. I think you do need one move though. One nice trade, and boom. One nice trade will do. Charles, again, appreciate all your super chats, Charles. Vegas says, I don't think Williams going to take some targets from St. Brown. I would sell high. I do think Williams is going to take some targets from St. Brown. I would sell high. I appreciate your comment. I respect you. We've grown like 6 subscribers since I made that little speech. Appreciate you guys subscribing. I do not think Williams is going to take that much. Daniel's subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you, Daniel. I think St. Brown, no one's affected St. Brown. Like, Jameson Williams is good, but he's recovering, and I think it takes him until next year to really kind of do damage to St. Brown's target share. And even so, like, St. Brown's the one. He's the one there. He's a top 10 wide receiver. Nothing's happening to St. Brown, in my opinion. Dude is hungry. Dude is so confident. It's not arrogance. It's like he bleeds confidence and just, I mean, I don't know. What's up, Green Vibe? And appreciate you being here. I'm not selling high on St. Brown. I mean, I'd sell anybody at a ridiculous value. Like, we're talking about way above high. I love St. Brown. Wentz, J.J. Bateman, Javonte Swift, Schultz, J-Rob, Evans, Gibson, Myers, Devernay, Jamal Williams. Should I make a move? Got B-Rob on IR. I love B-Rob. I know I misspoke earlier when I thought I was talking about J-Rob. It was like a word salad coming out of my mouth. Just tired. I'm sorry. J-Rob, I want you to trade and sell. B-Rob, I absolutely love and want him on my teams everywhere. Mariota season, I don't know about that, Matt. I do like Jameson Williams, though, Grace. I do like him. As for this team, broski, I love JJ. I love Javonte. I'm trading Schultz and something for Pitts. I go get Kyle Pitts using Schultz and J-Rob. J-Rob and Schultz for Kyle Pitts. Go get it done. Evans is hard to sell because he's missing a game. Bateman and Gibson for... You've got Swift and Javonte, man. You could go across wide receiver. Go Bateman and Gibson for A.J. Brown. Bateman and Gibson for Debo. Bateman or Gibson with Wentz to upgrade into a bigger quarterback. Yeah. Look at this guy. Smitty, you were high on Cam Akers. I was high on Cam Akers. He says I was high on Cam Akers. What a bonehead. You know somebody's lying when they come into the chat and say I was higher and came. Everyone watching knows that you're just making up stuff. There's just no way. You can't find a single video of mine that doesn't say run away from Cam Akers. That's funny. Curtis Samuel, not Debo. How do you feel about Pollard? Oh, hold on. What did I miss? What did I miss over here? Did I get one of your questions wrong? Where is dude? Let me see. Or dud. Oh, because you didn't specify. You just said Samuel. Because yeah, you got to specify on that. Curtis Samuel's, different player. I'd rather have Pollard by a mile. I don't mean any disrespect to Curtis. And Godwin you can trade too. So Pollard by a mile. How do I feel about Pollard? I think Pollard is going to win leagues if he gets in there, my man. He's going to absolutely win leagues and destroy. So, get ready for Pollard season. I think it is upon us. Gage dropping. Dude, in my league has starting Hurts with Lamar and Tua bench for the last 2 weeks if possible. For value, what should I go for? Lamar's playing it out of his mind, and he's going to be more willing to trade you Hurts, you know what I mean? So definitely go get Hurts. I mean, if you have to give up like a JK type player or a Sutton type player with your quarterback, I don't think he even wants a quarterback back. Maybe he does. Maybe he needs 3 quarterbacks. Yeah, you can get something done. Look, he doesn't want to have Hurts on his bench, like wasting away. He wants to get a deal done, but you might have to give like a Sutton, something like that. I definitely make a move, bro. Not sure I have ever heard Cam Akers in any format other than don't draft him. I know. How can you show your face? Bro, I've never talked Cam Akers up in my life. I don't think you'll probably ever find a clip of me even saying yes to a trade that had Cam Akers on that side. There's probably not a Cam Akers clip you could find of me. Those things make me laugh. Curtis Samuel, not Debo. Oh, thank you. Got to that. 100% I traded for the Sun God this week. Gave up Bateman and J-Rob. That was a phenomenal trade. Why do you give them up that cheaply? Jackson says start Pierce or Pollard. I probably go Pollard for safety. Pierce if you want to roll the dice a little bit. Cam Akers. It's hilarious. I just can't imagine like literally staying up all night watching my show and you hate me. This guy hates the show, but he's just sitting there watching and cooking up this post. Gage, he's a hardcore Eagles fan, half team. Can't get Hurts most likely. Okay, well then I mean try for Lamar. He's a hardcore Eagles fan. He probably doesn't want the dilemma of Lamar on his bench. It's probably driving him nuts. So, you know, you're going to have to give me some options, though, Gage, in terms of what we can dial up for a trade. Let me see if I can find your team here. I think this is your team, right? Or is this his team? I think this is your team. So... yeah. Okay. So you get Lamar. You're gonna have to give him. Can you give me? I wonder if you could downgrade a running back from Aaron Jones into a running back we actually like as much, or downgrade Waddle into a wide receiver we like as much. Because I don't think he's just going to give you Lamar for Sutton. He would maybe do like a Hurts for Sutton. There's no way he's giving you Lamar for Sutton. You have to give him some form of upgrade. And if we can find a deal that we actually like, where it's like you're getting maybe you're taking a risk you don't want to take necessarily, but you're getting a quarterback out of it. You don't have to upgrade. Wentz is playing okay. Like, I'm not trying to force you to make a trade either. I mean, CMC, Waddle, Pitts, Aaron Jones, Dillon. You got a good team, but I do believe you feel like you're about one move away from being, in my mind, probably the lead dog candidate in your league. Maybe I'm wrong. You could probably answer that question better than I can. So Pierce or Dotson this week? Probably go Pierce for me. I can't blame you though. Going either direction. Lamar would cost more to trade for. Tua would be easier. Yeah, but Tua, I guess Tua and Wentz are very close. So at that point, it's like, would I rather just keep Wentz and not make any kind of downgrades or trades? Tua's good, but Wentz is playing, that well. Crazy World says, I feel like Pitts gets unlocked soon. You and I both, bro. This is the last week This is the last week you're going to be able to buy Kyle Pitts. This will be the last week you can buy. Who was the running back? Who was the player I was just thinking of? Let me see. Let me go to my rankings. I think Eckler is going to break back out. I think we may or may not see Breece Hall or Dillon have that game that makes him unattainable. I think we could be a little bit away, but Kyle Pitts. I think Pittman has a big week and he's going to be hard to buy low again. People are forgetting that they paid top dollar for this guy and he misses time. Higgins. I think Higgins is undervalued right now for some reason. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Javonte. Javonte could have a mediocre day too, and he might be buy low again because he has a pretty tough matchup. Those feel like the biggest steals right now. Know what I mean? Appreciate you, Gage, dropping all those super chats. I'm going to try and help you if I see it. Curtis Samuel, Pollard. Love Pollard, broski. Jackson, I think I answered you. Start Pierce, Pollard. I said Pollard safer. Robert says, I just traded Stevenson and Ayuk for Kyle Pitts and Najee. You know what I was going to say, man? Oh, Andrews. I'm sorry. Okay. Andrews, Stevenson, and Ayuk for Pitts and Najee. I like that trade. That's a buy low on Najee. Of course, I would try and flip Najee again into Eckler, somehow a little bit safer running back, but I love that trade. You did absolutely good. You talked all the Robs, but A-Rob. The alphabets, maybe. A-Rob, B-Rob, J-Rob. When are we going to get like a G-Rob? Or a D-Rob? Or a P-Rob? Like, we got to get more Robs. So I can be more confused. That's exactly what we need. I trade Tua for Joe Burrow. I would trade Tua for Joe Burrow, yes. Some might not. I would. Brian, would you trade Schultz and Pierce for Eckler, Pitts, and Gabe Davis 8-man? Trade JT Schultz and Pierce for Eckler, Pitts, and Gabe Davis. JT and Schultz for and Pierce for Eckler. Okay, so let's break this down. JT over Eckler by quite a bit, but it's not like crazy, but it is by a significant amount, right? So you got an advantage there. Kyle Pitts over Schultz for me, and I think that it's a similar type of distance between those two. Honestly, without Dak, I'm sorry. I wish Schultz didn't drop off the face of the earth, but he did. It is what it is. I don't sell him low necessarily, but I'm certainly not expecting the same numbers. It sucks. It is what it is. Vegas says Pollard or McLaurin. Pollard. But, I mean, you could go either way. Silver, you're out of here? Shoddy says, have a good one, Smitty. Later, boys. Blackbeard, Silver. Appreciate you, Shoddy. Silver, appreciate you, man. Silver's on patrol. Silver
Rapture. I'm in there, big dog. You know I'm in there. There's two big dogs standing side by side. That's a Rottweiler and a Pit Bull. You know we're about to get it.
We're about to get it. See ya there, Silver. Appreciate you, my man. Pierce. So now we got like almost like a little bit of an advantage JT, right? A little bit of advantage JT. And then it's like Pierce versus Gabe Davis. This is a very similar trade. I think I probably lean toward the JT side because you have the best player in the deal. Gage dropping a $50 hauler.
Mashed potatoes!
Just for that.
Yeah, buddy.
Just for that, we're going over to the marker board on this one. We're going over to the mark. You want some marker board treatment? This is how you get it. This is how you get it. My team, by far, is the best in the league. Everyone overdrafted QBs rounds 1 and 2, which left me with Dak, but he's on IR. Wentz was the best option, but as of right now, I'm the front runner to win, out burying any players, and Wentz keeping up producing. Love the content. This is good, bro. I was going to give you a marker board treatment. We could open up the phone line for you. You want to call in? You guys can all call in. But Gage, if you want to call in, bro, I'm going to have the phone line open for you.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Phone line is open. Dial in. Engage, you can call in and we can talk about your situation a little more. Wentz is Dookie, not gonna lie, says hurt season. Wentz is playing good though. You know, you can't really take it away from him. I do think he gets hurt though. Mike Williams or Garrett Wilson? Mike Williams. Just the answer there, bro. When did the stream start? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
You can call in.
Yo, is it grippy?
You what? Man, this made his day. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Hey,
Hey, yo, what's going on?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Justin, man.
What's up, Justin? What can I do for you, my man?
Hey, I got a couple of let me give you a rundown of my roster right now. I got Joe Burrow, I got Swift, I got Fournette, I got Jefferson, I got Pittman, Goddard, McLaurin, and Kirk.
Here, read that off to me. Read that off to read that off one more time. Let's put it on the board. Go ahead.
Okay, I got Swift, I got Joe Burrow. So let me start with Joe Burrow, Swift, Fournette, Jefferson, Pittman, Goddard, McLaurin, Kirk, Ayuk, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Treylon Burks, and B. Robinson. B-Rob.
Okay, after Ayuk, who did you have?
I got Rashad White, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Treylon Burks, and B-Rob.
Okay. Alrighty. So what's the main question here?
Well, what I'm trying to do is I need an upgrade. I want to get a better quarterback, but I really want a better wide receiver. I like Kirk at flex. I mean, I'm good with JJ and Pittman, but I don't like McLaurin as much. So I'm trying to figure out a way I can flip, Kirk, why he's high right now. But he's the number one. He's getting a lot of volume. I don't know what to do on him. I don't know what to.
So you want to trade Kirk and something for a better upgrade. Okay. So Kirk and Fournette together would be a good little trade. If you can get into one of those undervalued elite running backs. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you thinking?
Well, I mean, Kamara, even though he's risky, you're buying low. Kirk and Fournette could easily get you in the conversation of an Eckler or Kamara. I don't know that you would get them, but you could certainly try if you had to throw in, another player like. Clearly I'd throw in an Ayuk, or I would throw in. I'd probably throw in a McLaurin, to be honest. McLaurin's not playing like amazing right now. Plus you got other players you can plug in that aren't gonna, like, you could put Hall into a flex and you'd be fine. I don't even know if you're starting McLaurin. Okay. I think you might be, right?
Yeah, I'm starting McLaurin.
So I'm going after these two guys, Kamara and Eckler. Fournette could have a baller day in week number 3 because he's like Tom Brady's only option right now. You got Perriman and Fournette, and we'll see if anybody else is healthy enough to play from that wide receiver room. But this is a good. This is a good.
Sell high, huh?
You got a good team. You got a really good team.
Yeah.
Pittman. This is Pittman, not Pitts. Pittman. So Pittman is gonna have a big day and bounce back. Jefferson's amazing. Swift and Burrow, love those. That's a really good team, my man. So if you're able to use Kirk or McLaurin and Fournette together, or Kirk, McLaurin, and Fournette, whatever, to upgrade just a little bit, and you have to go after an RB. Because you would have, well, you could put Hall in. You could go balls to the wall with Hall and Swift, but then you don't have much depth. But I suppose
you got to think B-Rob. B-Rob's going to come back too.
You got B-Rob. That's right.
A possibility too.
Okay, so let's look at a ballsy trade. Let's say you get rid of Fournette and McLaurin, or. Let's leave McLaurin there for now, but Kirk and Fournette. So Kirk and Fournette for, let's say you put Breece Hall in your lineup, okay? And then down in this McLaurin spot, you're trading Fournette and Kirk for like a Debo. Or maybe you get a Adams or something. I don't know. I don't know how high you can reach. You probably can't get Diggs because he just had a monster game. But you certainly could reach as high as potentially Debo. Maybe you like Fournette better than Debo. I don't know. But I would rather go get a big name wide receiver and throw Hall into my lineup.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's something that
Yeah,
I
I
would
can trust.
What about
I
Jamar
can trust
Chase?
Brees. I think Brees is gonna break out soon. It's coming.
I bet you could get Jamar Chase, man. He's probably undervalued. I bet you could trade Fournette because he's an RB. Does the Chase owner have good running backs?
Yeah, I think he's pretty stacked. I think he's pretty stacked. Yeah, he's pretty stacked. From what I can remember.
Yeah, go after Eckler. Go after. I appreciate you again, Gage. I would like Gage to call in. I appreciate you dropping that, by the way, Gage. Fournette and McLaurin. Do you think you could get more for McLaurin or Kirk?
Oh yeah, for Kirk all day.
Okay.
People don't believe in McLaurin right now, man.
Yeah.
You know, people don't really believe in him right now.
So Kirk and Fournette for.
Dobson's outshining him.
Yeah, you could probably. I bet you could get. Let me look at the RBs real quick. I don't think you're getting an Aaron Jones. CMC, Kamara, Eckler, Javonte. Can you get Javonte for Fournette and Kirk?
I bet I can make that happen.
Go after Chase. It might be harder because you said he's loaded at running back. Go after Debo. Go after Eckler, CMC, even Dalvin Cook, even though he's risky to me. Like, those are all good options, man. Debo, I go after all those.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do like
Sounds
that.
good.
Someone said Pitts. I've been saying that all day. Goddard for Pitts, and you give up a McLaurin, you know.
Yeah, that sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Later.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Yep. What else you guys got?
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Let's see here. Just traded J-Rob for Kamara straight up. That's crazy, man. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What can I do for you?
Oh, yeah. I was calling in to Gage.
Is this Gage?
Yeah.
What's up, my man?
What's up, man? I think I'm a little lag behind the stream right now. I'm trying to catch up. But, yeah, man, I'm trying to see what I can do in my league. I know I'm pretty low at quarterback, but I wouldn't mind, downgrading a certain player, or even if I just keep Wentz, and try to upgrade one of my receivers to like a Chase or like a Cooper Kupp.
Let's give you a marker board treatment here, and let's dial it all up and just kind of kick it around real quick. I appreciate your super chats and support. All right, so you got Wentz.
No problem.
You got Wentz. Read
Yes.
it off to me again if you could.
All right, I got Wentz. I got Christian McCaffrey, Garrett Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Jalen Waddle. And then on my bench, I got Edmonds, Hall, Dobbs, Hardman, Olave, and Sutton.
Okay. Edmonds, you said Hall, Olave, Sutton, Dillon, Aaron Jones. Okay, I think I got it right on screen here. I don't know if you're caught up to the live point in the show, but yeah. Garrett Wilson. I'm sorry, who are your receivers? Waddle and Garrett Wilson are your top receivers?
Yeah.
And Pitts is your tight end?
Yes.
Waddle, Garrett Wilson. I mean, it's a good team, bro. The only thing I'm trying to do probably is use Sutton to upgrade Wilson, Sutton to upgrade Dillon, Sutton to upgrade Aaron Jones, or Sutton to upgrade Wentz. So I just keep one after the other. Just go offer and waves. Just send some. You what?
I just put Gibson, Hunt for Dillon and Edmonds. So I just flipped that not too long ago. So now I'm just trying to see what I can do to maybe flip one of them, because like you said, I do have the two Green Bay Packer running backs, they will get the points. But the rest of my league, they're either like receiver heavy or they got some running backs like with Derrick Henry. He's on a team. He's doing pretty bad right now. But Kamara too. One guy was going to trade me Kamara for I think it was Gibson and Garrett Wilson, but I kind of held off on that one.
Yeah. Ziggy, studio on. Ziggy, studio on. Let me get the lights on in here. God, he's worthless, man. Ziggy, studio on. Jeez. Guy's worthless. Yeah, so do you think you could I would just go after, so for the Sutton and Garrett Wilson, I don't know if you're going to be able to get like an AJ Brown for that. Because a lot of people don't necessarily need 2 wide receivers, but Edmonds and Garrett Wilson, I don't know if you could get an AJ Brown for that or anything like that, but you could try. Sutton and Dillon, it's possible you could get a Kamara. You which one?
Jalen Waddle and Sutton for Chase.
I would probably do that. Waddle's playing out of his mind, but I would do that. I would rather have Jamar Chase over Waddle, and since Sutton's on your bench, I'm definitely okay with that. You got Olave, so it's not that crazy. I don't know, bro. What? Go ahead.
You think I can snag a Cooper Cup?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, bro. I think Sutton and you probably not for Waddle though. Sutton and Waddle's not going to get you that, but like CMC in the deal. But like I don't know if you want to go there. Cooper Kupp's playing out of his mind. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like if you were to do that trade, you'd have to throw in more. So it's possible, but like, why would you do that? You know, you just have a depleted team. I would say your best move is to try and trade Aaron Jones and Sutton for CMC or for Eckler, or maybe. I mean, you could go after Javonte too. Do you think you could get Javonte for Dillon and? I don't know. You couldn't get Javonte for Dillon and Sutton, could you?
Let me see his team real quick. So he has with Javonte, he has Allen, Diggs, Mike Williams, Gabriel Davis. He actually took Mike Gibson on his bench. He has my Hunt, Godwin, McKenzie. But his team is kind of hurt right now. I mean, he has some hurt players. I can try to make the trade, but he's the one that gave me Dillon and Edmonds for Hunt and Gibson, so he might be reluctant to make that trade. But I mean, that might be tough.
Yeah, I would just go through every team and just start dropping offer after offer. Sutton and Wentz for Burrow. Sutton and Wentz for and I don't know what, like I said, that situation looks like. Sutton and Wentz for Kyler, Sutton and Wentz for Hurt, Sutton and Wentz for Mahomes. You're not going to get any of those probably. So then you move on. Sutton, I mean, you're just going to keep offering, and if someone's going to accept one of these trades, all it takes is one. Sutton and Aaron Jones for Barkley if you want. You know, Sutton and Aaron Jones for Swift. Probably the best move you could make would be Edmonds and Garrett Wilson for A.J. Brown. Edmonds and Garrett Wilson for Higgins. Edmonds and Garrett Wilson for Pittman. Edmonds and Garrett Wilson for Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a great buy low right now because he's going to be out 1 week and people are freaking out about that. You might get Edmonds and Garrett Wilson for you might get Mike Evans for that. CeeDee Lamb's worth the risk at this point for Garrett Wilson and Edmonds. Garrett Wilson and Edmonds. Sutton and Garrett Wilson together, if somebody's like light at wide receiver. Do you notice any teams in your league that have like very, very bad wide receiver depth? Because maybe you could trade Garrett Wilson and Sutton for like one slightly better, like A.J. Brown.
Yeah, there's a team that has Chubb, Metcalf, Henry, Lazard, and Jeff Wilson. He's lacking on receivers right now.
Yeah.
What do you think of this trade? It actually came by me earlier. It was my CMC and Aaron Jones for Mixon and Barkley.
CMC, Aaron Jones for Mixon and Barkley. It's pretty even. Almost like what's the point in that one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like CMC and Aaron Jones and Barkley and Mixon about the same. I don't even think I could justify either side right now. I'm trying to, but
Gotcha.
it's they're all like right, clumped together. I think it's a quarterback upgrade, or it's potentially getting an AJ Brown instead of Garrett Wilson in there, using preferably Edmonds or another player. But and this is the one you have B-Rob on the bench or no?
You said what?
You have B-Rob, or who else do you have? You have Sutton, Olave, Edmonds, and who else on the bench?
Oh, my bench. So my full bench is Edmonds, Hall, Romeo Dobbs, Hardman, Olave, Courtland
right.
Sutton, and then my Jamison Williams.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you being here. I'm getting Hall into this lineup, and I'm trying to get Sutton and Jones for a monster. That's what I'm doing.
Sutton and Jones.
Yeah.
At the highest, what do you think I could get for that? At the highest,
Sutton and Aaron Jones, the highest. And I don't even know if you think this is an upgrade, but like Javonte for me, Barkley, Eckler, Kamara. You already have CMC. Eckler, I go after Eckler, hardcore, using that. And then wide receiver.
You do an Aaron Sutton for Kamara?
Aaron Jones, Sutton for Kamara.
Is that a even? I think the guy in my league might just give me a Kamara for Aaron Jones straight up.
Yeah, I think fair market value. Yeah, I don't think I'd offer that fair market value wise. I would say I would try and get like Sutton and Dillon for Kamara. You might get someone to accept something like that right now. Like Dillon, you might have to even wait a week. Like, don't force a trade this week. Dillon's going to potentially gain value. Garrett Wilson maybe solidifies more of his value if he has a big game. If he has 2 big games in a row, people are going to start taking Garrett Wilson more seriously. Sutton will probably have a big day.
Do you think Garrett Wilson is a for sure start for the foreseeable future?
For the foreseeable future, and then a quarterback change happens, and then we got to reassess it.
That's another thing I was thinking about too. You think Zach Wilson will do better than Joe Flacco?
No. Right now, I don't have confidence in Zach Wilson, but who knows? He could. I'm not writing him off. I'm not excited about him. But just go out there and offer all kinds of trades, bro. Just make them the deals that are all in your favor, so you don't regret making some kind of move.
Yeah.
Keep making massive deals, offers that benefit you only, and you're gonna get it one accepted, bro. If you offer like 15 trades, I bet you one of them gets accepted. And then I want you to come back and tell me which one it was. But I think Aaron Jones and Sutton, Dillon and Sutton, Edmonds and Sutton, Garrett Wilson and Edmonds, Garrett Wilson and Sutton, just start hammering out trade offers to everybody. Send at least 5 or 6 per team. I bet one of them gets accepted.
Gotcha. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that, man.
Call back when you have it, or message. Definitely want to know. All right, appreciate you, man.
For sure, man.
Thanks for the super chat. Later.
All right, thanks. Good content. Much love.
All right, let's go here. Yeah, trades are hard in some leagues, bro. What else you guys got? Mariota, Goofy Goff. You could argue. I think Goff's probably going to outscore Mariota, but who knows, bro? Tough to say. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Yo, this is Isaiah.
Isaiah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm so happy to hear from you. I wanted to tell you about my team because I just made a trade with Jalen Waddle and Kyler Murray. I don't know how you feel about that.
Jalen
I was
Waddle
in the need for.
Jalen Waddle for Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
What was your QB situation looking like?
I had Kirk Cousins, and yeah, I was basically good at every other position.
I mean, Waddle you draft over Kyler, but it's arguable. You know, if you need a quarterback badly, it's not crazy to have made that move. But I mean, like if you're drafting over today, you would draft Waddle probably in. Dude, he might go in the top of round 3, maybe round 2. Kyler's going around 5, so I mean, you're definitely giving up more than. You know, it's definitely like a sacrifice, but you do need a quarterback, and if you're in a bind, I mean, there's not much you can do. What's your team look like? What's the rest of the team look like?
So after the trade, I have Kyler Murray, A.J. Brown. I put in Curtis Samuel because Jerry Jeudy got hurt. But I got Joe Mixon and Austin Eckler and Kyle Pitts and Javonte Williams. And my bench has Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Jerry Jeudy, Terry McLaurin, and Chris Godwin. So I'm kind of betting on Chris Godwin coming back.
Yeah. That's good, bro.
Yeah.
What,
I was just thinking. What were you about to say?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, what do you think is my, most needed? Because I think Jerry Jeudy is good, but I'm scared that my running backs aren't going to come back, and I'm just thinking about trading for an elite wide receiver.
Well, you got amazing running backs, bro. I don't fret about Eckler, Javonte, Mixon. I think you stay strong with these 3. That's your core. A.J. Brown's a very good wide receiver. Kyle Pitts, don't trade him. Murray's a good quarterback. Your opportunity is trading Curtis Samuel and MT, Godwin and Curtis Samuel and MT. Olave is a good sell, but also a good hold in case you do trade MT. And McLaurin's a sell. So I'm selling MT, McLaurin, Godwin, and Curtis Samuel all, but probably no one's going to take all of them. And you don't probably want to trade all of them, but for one player. So A.J. Brown, like a Higgins. Higgins would be perfect to put in here instead of Curtis Samuel. So you do Higgins. That's like a poor man's version of a wide receiver 1. Boom. Boom. Higgins helps you win the league. I like this team. You get a Higgins in there, and it's, I don't want to say game over, but it's like you got a great team.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. You think Jeudy? How do you feel about Jeudy? Because everybody either loves Sutton or loves Jeudy. But I just thought Sutton cost too much originally, but now it's starting to seem like that wasn't true.
Yeah, Jeudy, I don't know. I mean, he just needs to be healthy, and then we'll see. But I think if you go MT and Godwin, or MT and Curtis Samuel, or all 3, not crazy to think you could get a Debo or Higgins, or who else could you get? A.J. Brown, St. Brown. You could try for St. Brown. Some people value St. Brown. Some people are undervaluing him still. A.J. Brown, St. Brown, Debo, Waddle. You just got rid of Waddle though. Pittman's Pittman's interesting. I wonder if you could get rid of Godwin and McLaurin for Pittman. I wonder if, and then you don't even, or MT for Pittman. Some people might like MT more than Pittman, but Pittman could be a top 12 wide receiver. And Evans is missing week 3. I bet you could get Evans for Godwin and Samuel. I bet you could trade McLaurin and Godwin, McLaurin and Samuel, McLaurin and, I try not to give MT in that deal to keep MT as well, but Evans would be a fantastic go get right now, and people are so mad that he's out.
No, I know, right?
Yeah, those are the
also
calls.
I know we didn't talk about defense really, but my defense is Chargers. You think that they've been underperforming?
Yeah. Mixon and Godwin, Mixon and McLaurin for maybe a little bump in let's see, Barkley. Mixon to Barkley using. I mean, you could even give Mixon. What about Mixon and MT for Swift? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a great trade too.
Yeah, go after all those. I think we gave you enough ideas for now.
Yeah, thanks, bro. That really helps.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in. Later.
Yeah, I watch your videos all the time, so I might call in again.
For sure. Call in anytime.
Yeah.
Later, bro.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. What else we got? You're right about under the radar QB. Trubisky's playing awful. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Smitty, I need the whiteboard treatment.
Okay.
Urgently.
Who's this?
This is Kyle.
What's up, Kyle?
Not much. It's
What do you-
late and I'm stressing.
What do you got?
I got a team consisting of Stafford, Cook, Lamb, CMC,
Hold on.
J-Rob,
Hold on.
Hurst.
Stafford.
I'm going fast, Smitty.
Stafford, Cook.
I got Cook, Lamb, McCaffrey, J-Rob, Hurst, Wilson, Judy.
Is that Jeff Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
The young buck.
Stafford, Cook, CMC, J-Rob, Lamb, Cup, Hurst, Garrett Wilson, Judy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll put Elijah Moore and B-Rob on the bench.
Yep.
Feel like I need to upgrade the RB position.
Well, I mean, Cook and CMC are pretty good. I'm getting rid of J-Rob all day long. Try J-Rob and Lamb for one player. Try Garrett Wilson and J-Rob for one player. Like, I'd take...
Should I target a tight end?
Yeah, target Pitts. Garrett Wilson and Hurst for Pitts. Judy and Hurst for Pitts. I'd give Wilson and Judy together for Kyle Pitts. I'd give J-Rob for Kyle Pitts in a heartbeat. And J-Rob's been getting a lot of that stuff. People want a running back so bad. They're like, J-Rob's great. Just go trade J-Rob for Kyle Pitts. You could do that all day. And you could still trade Lamb.
I don't trust J-Rob.
Yeah, don't get rid of him on the high, and then if he ends up proving you wrong, well, good for him, and you still got your guy.
I also have ETN. Should I trade ETN with him or try to keep him?
Yeah, you're not getting. You didn't tell me that. That's a nice little bench piece, but you're gonna keep ETN on your bench, bro. Just he's gonna hibernate for just a little bit. You can't sell him for anything.
Keep him on the bench.
It'd be a big mistake.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
It's a quick one. I know you I used to watch your basketball content. How do you feel about the Imodoka situation affecting those players?
I don't, bro. I haven't watched I don't do basketball anymore. I do go on like basketball live on IG and stuff. Yeah, but I'm not versed on what's going on. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy's dirty dog.
I'm so involved in.
Thank you, Smitty.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. I'm so involved in football. I don't even see what's going on outside of football right now. I go get food. I watch the news sometimes in Sports Center and all that stuff, but that's it. Like when basketball comes on, I'm paying attention, but like I don't know what he was talking about. All right, guys, I got some super chats here. I'm gonna close the phone line down. We've been live for a while. I'm exhausted. We got this one more call. You're the last caller. Who am I talking to? You're live.
Oh, perfect.
What's up?
What's good, Smitty?
Who am I talking to?
All right. This is Cortez. How are you?
Appreciate you. What's up?
Yes, sir. So basically, my main question is I'm trying to get off of Hollywood Brown and James Conner. So, and I'm looking for a powerhouse receiver, honestly. So, who would you be looking to acquire for that trade package?
James Robinson and who? Or I'm sorry, James Conner and who?
And Hollywood Brown. I mean, you want me to tell you my team?
No, hold on. I'll just come up. I don't think the team matters too much. James Conner and Hollywood Brown. I'll give you some list of names. I'd say James Conner, Hollywood. Breece Hall comes to mind, but it's a little bit of a risk because technically speaking, James Conner, if he was healthy, which I doubt him, right? But he probably has a lot more value than Breece Hall to a lot of people. So you could buy lower on Breece Hall than that, but I just think Breece Hall's a great player to acquire.
James Conner is my running back 2 right now.
Yeah.
My only other running backs are A.J. Dillon, and I got Singletary. I also got Madison, but
All right, who are your wide receivers?
My wide receivers, I got Cooper Kupp, I got Hollywood, I got Waddle, I got Terry McLaurin, Lazard, and I also got D-Hop.
Hollywood, okay.
So that's why I'm trying to get rid of the Hollywood Brown because I have D-Hop.
And you want an RB for sure?
Well, no, I was kind of wanting a wide receiver. Like, I was trying to get Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I sent a trade for Marquise Brown and Terry McLaurin for Mike Evans because the person who has Mike Evans is 0-2. But haven't heard that.
What about Pittman?
Pittman? I can try to get Pittman.
Yeah, he's pretty good, I think.
Would you do that deal?
Well, for the first package, Hollywood Brown and Connor for Pittman in a heartbeat. For Evans in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat? All right. I'm about to send that right now then.
Higgins. Take Higgins. Waddle. Debo. A.J. Brown. I don't think you're getting anything higher than that. That's pushing it. Like St. Brown. Send it for St. Brown. See what happens. But St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Debo, Waddle, Higgins, Pittman, Evans. Boom. All straight down the line.
All right. Perfect. I'm going to send that right now.
All right, bro. Leave a message later. Let us know if you got it.
Got you.
Tomorrow. All right, later, man. All right, how long have we been live? We've been live for a while. 2 hours? Okay, I think we're calling it. We got super chats here. QB stream if Herbert is out. Michael, I wish I had some options in front of me, but I would say Davis Mills seems to always be available. He had no touchdowns last week, so he probably got cut if he was even picked up. I like Davis Mills this week. He's pretty solid. This one's from that boy says, do I trade Mike Evans, Najee for Swift and Mike Williams? I would. I think Mike Williams and Evans are arguable enough that you're going to get that Najee up to Swift upgrade. I would take that trade in a heartbeat. Nice job. That's a really good move. Really good move, broski. The spammers are out tonight. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm exhausted. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. If I missed any of your questions, leave a comment. I try and get back to every comment. I'm a little behind. I'm still going through the past 2 videos. But please leave a question and I'll try and get back to you. So as soon as the video ends, go not in the live stream chat. Go to the video, leave a comment, and leave me a question there. I'll at least get to any of the questions that get posted in the next couple minutes here. I'll try and reply to those tonight. So I'm live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And whenever news breaks, I go live. I just jump on here and go live. So if you're not subscribed, we got 14,464 subscribers right now. Hit that subscribe button. I'll watch it go up right now as we speak. If you don't follow me or are subscribed, you won't know when I'm going live when news breaks. So subscribe and let's get to it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Probably, if news breaks, I could go live or something, but I'm probably not going live until the evening time. Probably take the afternoon off, take a little break. I really don't have a day off at all, ever. Like even Christmas I'm working. Like it's crazy. So I usually take off like half of a day here and there. So Saturdays, hopefully no news breaks. I'll probably take off a majority of the Saturday morning and afternoon. I'll see you all tomorrow evening for the Start Bench show, where you can all ask as many questions as you want. We'll probably go for 2 or 3 hours like we usually do. We'll take super chats, phone calls, regular questions, you name it, voicemails, rap songs from Rock Out, like this one that he left us tonight.
On the fantasy road, we be going.
Yep. So you leave, Rock Out, you leave us something good for tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Punch that like button on your way out the door. Appreciate you all. Have a good evening. Zach, go ask a question. That's right, bro. I appreciate you. Thoughts on Kittle? I don't know. We're hoping he stays healthy and gets used. Shanahan's complete disaster. All right. Appreciate you, my man. Call in next time. Terry, appreciate you, Terry. Yeah, guys, I got the Rumble link pinned. Go follow me on Rumble. Avatar's celebrating 4 months on the YouTube exclusive membership. Avatar is a GOAT on the show. And Avatar says Pittman is God. He loves Pittman. Appreciate you, Avatar, for being a 4-month member. Brain Robinson season. Brain. We have a lot of Brain Robinsons around here. Brain Robinson. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. See you mañana.
Get breached.
Smitty, you're not hearing me. I don't know a lot about fantasy football. I know everything about fantasy football. Woo! You know